Rome called them the most dangerous enemy they ever faced. The African Empire of Carthage controlled the Mediterranean for 600 years, commanded armies that crossed the Alps, and nearly erased Rome from history. Yet when you learned about ancient civilizations, Carthage was barely mentioned. When Hannibal crossed those mountains with war elephants, they reduced him to a footnote. When Carthaginian ships rode every sea route from Spain to Egypt, they called it a minor trading post. For 2,000 years, they've been hiding the truth about the African superpower that made Rome tremble. Today, you discover why they buried our story. In 814 BCE, when Rome was still a collection of mud huts, Queen Dido founded Carthage in what is now Tunisia. But this wasn't just another coastal settlement. Within 3 centuries, Carthage commanded the largest navy in the world, controlled trade routes across 3 continents, and built cities from modern-day Spain to Morocco to Sicily. Our ancestors weren't just surviving, they were the dominant force shaping the ancient world. Carthaginian coins have been found in Britain. Their trading posts stretched from the Atlantic coast of Morocco to the markets of Egypt. When Europeans were still figuring out basic agriculture, Carthaginian admirals were navigating by the stars across open ocean. The Greek historian Herodotus wrote about Carthaginian expeditions that sailed around the entire African continent, 2,000 years before Europeans claimed they discovered the sea route to India. The archaeological evidence is undeniable. In Carthage's harbors, archaeologists have uncovered shipbuilding facilities that could construct and repair 220 warships simultaneously. The Romans, at their peak, never matched this industrial capacity. Carthaginian engineers built aqueducts, constructed multi-story buildings, and developed agricultural techniques that sustained populations larger than most European cities of the time. Then came Hannibal Barca in 247 BC. Born into Carthage's greatest military family, he swore an oath at age 9 to never be a friend to Rome. By 218 BC, he had assembled an army of 90,000 infantry, 12,000 cavalry, and 37 war elephants. But here's what they don't teach you: Hannibal didn't just cross the Alps as a desperate gamble. He executed the most sophisticated military campaign in ancient history. Hannibal's army included African Numidian cavalry, horsemen so skilled that Roman legions feared them more than any other force. These weren't primitive warriors. They were disciplined soldiers using advanced tactics that wouldn't be seen in European warfare for centuries. At the Battle of Cannae in 216 BC, Hannibal's strategic genius led to Rome's worst military defeat. 70,000 Roman soldiers died in a single day, more than Rome lost in any battle before or after. For 15 years, Hannibal's army controlled most of Italy. Rome's allies switched sides. Their senators debated abandoning the city. The Roman historian Livy wrote that mothers used Hannibal's name to frighten children for generations. This wasn't a barbarian raid, this was systematic conquest by a superior civilization. But Rome had one advantage: they could accept massive losses and keep fighting. Carthage, despite its wealth and naval supremacy, couldn't sustain the manpower for total war across multiple continents. In 146 BC, after 3 wars spanning over a century, Roman legions finally breached Carthage's walls. What happened next reveals why they've hidden this story. The Romans didn't just conquer Carthage, they tried to erase it from memory. They burned the libraries, destroyed the archives, and salted the earth so nothing would grow. Roman Senator Cato ended every speech with, "Carthage must be destroyed," because he knew that as long as Carthaginian knowledge survived, Rome's claimed superiority was exposed as propaganda. But they couldn't destroy everything. Modern archaeology continues uncovering evidence of Carthaginian innovation. Their purple dye became the symbol of royalty across the ancient world, their architectural techniques influenced construction across the Mediterranean, and their trade networks established economic principles that wouldn't be rediscovered in Europe for 1,000 years. This is why they buried Carthage in footnotes and reduced our ancestors to traders. Because acknowledging Carthaginian greatness means acknowledging that African civilizations didn't just participate in ancient history, they shaped it. That African military genius brought Rome to its knees. That African naval technology controlled the world's most important sea routes. That African economic systems sustained populations and prosperity that European societies couldn't match. Every time you see a map of the ancient world, remember, for 600 years, the Mediterranean wasn't Roman, it was African. Our ancestors built an empire that spanned continents, commanded respect from every civilization they encountered, and nearly changed the entire course of Western history. You carry the DNA of people who made Rome itself afraid. This is the power they've been hiding from you for 2 millennia. Follow Ponor Lens, and keep discovering the truth they tried to bury.